Adam, you told us late last week this was a relatively light weekend for the Tar Heels. How'd the Heels do?
Well, the power of the pod continues to be formidable.
Yeah.
If we look at late last week, women's soccer won on Thursday over Wake Forest. They beat the Deacs 1-0. The goal, who scored it, you might say? Kate Fossey.
Our friend.
Former pod guest. That's her 6th of the season. Each team had just 2 shots on goal in that match, but the Tar Heels converted one of them.
Yeah.
Carolina's held every opponent to 5 shots on goal or fewer. Tar Heels are 8-1 overall, 1-0 in the league. They're number 10 nationally, pending new polls this week. They're at Pitt on Thursday night.
Pitt's pretty good. I mean, that'll be a challenge.
And then at Syracuse on Sunday in the Northeastern swing.
I think they're better than Syracuse. I mean, I think they're better than both those teams. But Pitt is a game that'll be a challenging game.
Tar Heels are still
Well, and it's
short.
soccer. Anything can happen in soccer. It's like baseball. Anything can happen. But you want to get – you, of course, want to get both of them in the Northeast corridor.
Some of the Tar Heel offense will return when Maddie Darlene comes back from the under-20 team, which won a crazy game on Sunday, basically thanks to the Tar Heels and another former podcast, Allie Sentnor, who Tar Heels were down 2-0 to Germany.
U.S.
Yeah, well, the U.S. Tar Heels.
/ Tar Heels.
Yeah, we're down 2-0 to Germany in like the 95th minute, and then got 2 goals to tie it up in the final 2 minutes of extra time, the last one by Sentnor.
Really?
On an assist from Maddie Darlene. As I said, the U.S. Tar Heels.
I didn't see that. That is crazy.
And then won it, I think, in PKs. So the national team, under-20 national team, onto the semifinals, which means Maddie Darlene's going to be unavailable for a little while longer, but hey.
But coming soon.
Yeah, but just, hey, keep getting those international caps.
Yeah, no doubt.
International, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, that's crazy finish.
I've never seen anything like that before in all my extensive history of watching action on the pitch. More action on the pitch, men's soccer at Duke on Friday night.
This was a slobber knocker, Adam.
A very physical matchup.
Adam alerted me that he sent up the bat signal. Was like, you need to check out this men's soccer game. I was like, oh, yeah. So I fired up, and I only saw maybe the last 10 or 15 minutes. I was sitting there watching going like, I don't think you can do that. It was the most physical 10 or 15 minutes, and I'm assuming the whole game had been that way. It was intense.
If these teams don't hate each other, they did a great representation of it. They appeared to strongly dislike each other. But, when that happens, you got to keep calmer heads. Like who? Martin Vician, perhaps.
Yeah.
He gets the game winner, the go-ahead goal in the 78th minute to give Carolina the 2-1 win. About a minute later, Duke gets a red card.
Yeah.
And then, for the next 10 minutes, basically just stomp their feet and slam their hands on the ground while they threw a big tantrum.
Yeah. What? I didn't see the red. I didn't see the red card.
It was on a challenge that appeared to be cleats into leg, which I understand to be
Can't
frowned
do that.
upon.
Yeah.
But then our boy Martin had a challenge on the other end, but you know what, Jones? He didn't go in cleats up.
Yeah.
So he only got the yellow.
Don't go palms up, don't go cleats up.
That's right.
Easy to remember. No palms up, no cleats up.
Other Tar Heel goal.
They did. I'm going to tell you, and then the Tar Heels felt pretty good after they won it, too.
Yeah.
They made sure everybody knew about it.
I enjoyed that. Tar Heels got a couple young players.
Got a little edge to them.
Who seemed to not mind telling everybody what they did.
Yeah.
Which is fun when you're winning.
Yeah.
And when you're winning at Duke.
It was an intense game. It looked like a good crowd.
Yeah. Other Carolina goal was Lucas Ross. Tar Heels now, of course, 1-0-0 in the ACC, 4-0-2 overall. Ranked number 11 nationally, pending the new poll. Carolina will be back home against the Wolfpack on Friday.
Oh, man. That's right. Martine told us that. It was Duke and then State.
Yeah.
Intense.
Good weekend for cross country. Both the men and the women won the Virginia Invitational. Ethan Strand won the men's race. Parker Wolf did not run. Bryn Brown and Fatima Alanis finished 1-2 in the women's race. That's a pretty good win because Virginia had been picked ahead of Carolina in the preseason ACC poll.
Went to their house.
Went onto their course.
Yeah. Went to their winding track through the woods and took them down.
Yeah. And went 1-2 on them.
Yeah.
Take that. So good weekend for Tar Heel cross country. Tar Heel's back in action in Cary on Friday.
Ethan Strand, it's like, because I think most people, I mean, obviously, like, cross country isn't a sport that a ton of people like know everything about.
Not like us.
Right. But I think now, if you Parker Wolf's name, I think if you're a Tar Heel fan and follow a lot of sports outside of football and basketball, just because he's been so successful, Ethan Strand, like, sneakily is awesome, and nobody ever really thinks about him, and he's terrific.
Yeah. Able to hold it. And the Tar Heels needed him to win because they ended up, it's complicated, Jones. The Tar Heels actually tied Virginia, but then won on the basis of finishes.
Yeah.
So
I know how it works,
That
Adam.
finish was key.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good win.
Yeah.
Volleyball got a couple.
We need to get Ethan Strand in here at some point.
Okay.
Ethan, if you're watching, let's get you in here at some point.
Just be prepared to be questioned about your kick.
Yeah, well, look. Yeah, you better be ready for some tough questions when you walk in here.
But that could propel you to great heights.
Yeah.
Tar Heel Volleyball goes up to Manhattan, Kansas, and takes the tournament title.
Yeah, they did.
Beat Lipscomb 3-0 on Saturday, and then beat the host, Kansas State, in 4 sets on Sunday. Tar Heels lost the first set to the Wildcats and then decided that was enough of that.
Yep.
Came back and won the next 3. Former pod guest, Mabry Schaffmaster, tournament MVP.
Well, she is playing well. Like, every time you give us a volleyball update, it's like, Mabry Schaffmaster was awesome and did this.
She'll be awesome again back home at Carmichael on Friday against Michigan. That'll, I think, be a pretty tough opponent. I think Michigan's pretty good.
Look, Adam's heard of Michigan.
But I had heard of Kansas State. We saw what happened to them. Women's tennis hosted the Kitty Harrison Invitational this weekend. It's not really a team event. It's just you're just kind of getting loose.
Yeah, everybody's just getting together, playing some tennis.
And the Tar Heels breaking in a lot of new faces, but also have some familiar faces like Carson Tangillick, who got a couple wins in singles this weekend.
I have had the opportunity twice here over the last, month or 6 weeks, of just being in the vicinity of Carson, and we waved to each other both times. Don't worry about it, Adam. We were just like, hey. We were just jovial, cordial.
Those Fridays that he's not.
Yep. Shoot, one time they were in here in Podroll headquarters doing something. I guess they were maybe shooting some of their video board stuff.
Yeah.
And then I saw her somewhere else. We were just polite.
They were in here.
No shocker there.
They were in here a couple weeks ago doing their video board stuff, and it was a reminder that a lot of new faces.
New
on
team.
women's
Yeah,
tennis.
new team. But they were successful, yes, this weekend?
Yes, more so than not.
Yeah.
And then field hockey didn't play. Tar Heels ACC opener against Syracuse on Friday, and then at Liberty on Sunday. Field hockey's 4-0 overall, number 2 nationally. We've already told you what's going to happen there.